Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Near Death Diary podcast. I think you are now here for the third episode. Would it be the third? Fourth.
We're
Wow.
jumping in time.
We are making headway. And wow, I feel like I am back from the dead. I spent some time in the hospital. You guys have probably seen that on some of the other socials that we have going. I had a pretty rough go at this last week. There have been revelations in my health and well-being, much of which I'm still learning to adapt and deal with. But the primary thing is I've got to cut the stress out. Yeah,
Not my fault.
I gotta take a chill pill, you know. So we still have a fog man. But Cody, how you feeling?
I am feeling great.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good too. So, wait, it's just two? Oh, so we went the two route, but we picked two semi-long ones, right? Not three short ones. So, what are we getting each day? We're getting about 2 emails a day at least.
I would say at least on average it's 2 a day.
2 a day. That's pretty good. They're coming in, they're just script. They got quite a bit of meat to the bone. That's good. It's exactly what we need, guys. And we really appreciate you guys being proactive and sending us some stories. So, it's been nice the past couple times because there have been stories that were reminiscent. They were similar of one another. So we were able to do a Dogman episode and we were able to do a cemetery episode. But it looks like today we're coming at it, what did you say, with two completely different stories, correct?
Yes, these will be slightly different.
Nice. But what are we doing to the subscribe button today? So let us all together now in unison. Okay, let us all chant and let us summon alike to the like button and conjure us a subscribe on that subscribe button. And let's help this channel grow. Let's get it growing rapidly, guys. Just like the fear and the heart rate that you probably have right now as we are about to dive into our first story for the night. So this comes out of Stone Lake area, Elk Grove, California. You ever been?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, I've been to California. I have not been to Stone Lake in Elk Grove, California, though. The part of California I did see was beautiful, except for when I went to LA. What a fucking shithole. Like what everybody sees great about it, I don't necessarily know. But
I heard the weather's nice.
yeah, and there was some great people, but it was smoky.
A lot of feces.
There was a lot of dookie on the ground and a lot of homeless people. Like I expected like movie stars and stuff to be roaming around, I mean, no, I think there's just parts of LA that really suck. I think even people in LA would agree, that there's parts that suck. I'm sure there's great parts. I'm sure there's a reason why all of the Diddy party goers, enjoy it out there. But anywho, that is neither here nor there. This seems like it's from a really great place in California. Someplace, have you ever seen an elk in person?
I saw them on Call of the Wild, hunted some elk.
Absolutely enormous.
Oh, yeah. I guess I've seen them at, like, zoo. I think my aunt used to have them.
Whenever we were
no wild elk.
When we were in Colorado, like you would be flying down the road. Well, at least other people would. We have to be cautious driving at night here for the deer.
Oh, yeah.
And these people have like bear signs, elk signs, deer signs, moose signs. And I'm like, how the hell are these people going 80 miles an hour at night? Like, y'all are crazy out there in the old Colorado, but beautiful place. I forget which mountain I summited. Was it Helene? Helene, was that it? That was, beautiful. And, it's super fascinating. This was one of the lessons that I had, that certain mushrooms enjoy certain altitudes. Like 100%, like porcinis, for example, like, their starting altitude growth. That was Oh, I think it was like 6,000 feet or something is when you really started finding them, or maybe it was lower. Maybe it was like two. I'm not sure, but they had a whole like atmospheric element to them, like the amount of oxygen they need like to pull in, um, is different. Like they don't like lowlands. So if you're going to hunt, you have to find them up there because they probably like their oxygen to be a certain percentage of oxygen, which really kind of added a whole new element to the biodiversity of hunting. Super crazy, but beautiful area, absolutely gorgeous. Loved being there. To all my Colorado people, if we ever get where we want to be, which is traveling, doing our podcast, stuff on the road, and taking our act on the road, and all that good stuff, we hope you welcome us with open arms and maybe a pot of stew on the stove. Because yeah,
Elk
it's,
stew.
yeah, that I'm sure we could find some. Anybody got any canned elk stew they'd like to send us? Holler boys, we would absolutely love to take you up on that. The link tree, and we'll post it on Patreon and stuff. We got a PO box on there. Anybody wanting to send us just cool stuff, we'll even open it up on the show. Give you a little chance to shine. If you got products, you got stuff like that, on the natural side, of things. With my skin condition, I'm not allowed to use anything with artificial fragrance. That's which I really didn't need it like anyway, but now
I
it's
miss
just.
microplastics.
Do you?
Miss them. They used to be in the little shampoo bottles and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's crazy that I gave you a microphone. Anyway, we should get started on the first story. So, like I said, this comes out of Stone Lake area in Elk Grove, California, and this is good. Cody has increased the text size to make this a little easier reading in the dark. So I'm thinking that we're going to have an easier time even reading them today. Super great. We're making improvements always here at the Near Death Diary podcast. Just
Also,
always.
there seems to be an actual thunderstorm happening outside right now.
Yeah. So it's great that we still got the Thunder Machine going for the Thunder Machine enthusiasts. You know, you know how I feel about them from the last episode.
We're
But
gonna get so many emails.
yeah, like what is a Thunder Machine enthusiast? Like we're probably going to get a whole bunch of those, and then we're going to be like,
Didn't even know it was a thing, and just like, oh shit.
like it's when the banter goes too far. The banter went too far that day, and we made a
Talk
whole.
shit about LA, fine, but you talk about those Thunder Machine enthusiasts and
I'm talking the parts of LA I'm talking shit about are the parts that have actual shit on the sidewalk. I've seen it.
the apps with the shit apps they have out there.
The shit app enthusiasts.
Shit app enthusiasts.
Okay. All right. We've put too much banter in the beginning. People are probably screaming at the screen right now like, "Get started, you stupid fuck!" And with that, let's get started with Mr. Devontae's story. And just as we get started, it's just pouring rain on the old tin roof. Sounds awesome. I don't know if it's being picked up in the mic, but I wish you could hear that too. It's absolutely just soothing, doing wonderful for my stress. During my sophomore year of high school, I got the chance to live with my best friend and his family. I was getting into a lot of trouble back home in East Bay, and they offered to help me start fresh at their place. My best friend's name is Yoshi. He's always been a smart guy, great grades, people skills, the whole nine. Basically, he was a good influence, and that was the wild card. Back then, there was this dude on YouTube called the Russian Spider-Man. He was a wild parkour specialist, flipping off buildings, jumping across rooftops, doing stuff that made you question physics. Yoshi and I were obsessed. That guy inspired us to start our own little parkour journey. We'd run around the city, climbing fences, jumping off electrical boxes, rooftops, anything that looked like a challenge. Well, hopefully you were very careful, sir. And anyone reading this wanting to start a hardcore parkour, you know.
I remember the parkour days of YouTube when it took over and everyone was like, yeah, we were doing backflips off of walls in high school and stuff and nothing super serious, but
I'm just saying be careful because I can't stress about y'all. I can't be out here stressing anymore. You're doing stuff that stresses me out there. Wear a helmet, please. Wear a helmet. Did you wear a helmet, Devontae? Lie to me. This day was no different. It was a late evening, just after sunset in Elk Grove, California. We were out near the Stone Lake Community Center, a place we used to hang out all the time. It had a basketball and it had a tennis court, a swimming pool, a gym, it had everything. The whole neighborhood was built around this circular street where the community center sat. As we were walking towards the entrance, we saw a woman in the distance, walking in our direction. We didn't think anything of it. We were mid-conversation about, who knows what. This was 2008, so it was probably girls, Halo, cars, or Diablo 2. Bro, I'm with you on everything but the cars. Not much of a car guy. Really, really not. Like I think they're pretty. My favorite car is a 1969 Camaro, or a Chevy Nova 1969. 1969 was a great year for cars.
Yeah. Definitely into Halo.
Yeah, I was super into Halo and Diablo 2, bro. Still love Diablo 2. Isn't it kind of crazy how all the Diablos are just kind of the same?
Mm.
I mean, it's the same storyline.
Never get enough.
It's just the graphics increased. That's awesome. Enough about games. We're losing everyone. But as the woman got closer, close enough to walk right by us, both of us fell completely silent. What do you think it's going to be? What are we working with today? From the sounds of it, she's walking. I want to go with she looks at him. She's ghoulish. She's got like a twisted type face, or she says something real strange.
A witch.
You going with
witchy
the witch?
vibes?
You going with witchy vibes? I want to go with Banshee.
Just walked by and was like, Halo sucks, and then kept going.
Yeah, you don't even play on what is it? Hardcore. You don't even play on hardcore. All right, but she didn't have a face. Ah, shit. Ah. Ugh. I don't like that. I don't like that. But she did not have a face. No eyes, no mouth, no features, just a black blur. Like a dark orb where her head should have been. Yikes. Did we catch a time and what time this was? It was during the day, right?
No. They were out doing parkour. I don't know how safe it is to do that at night.
Well, it might be safe, like more safe police-wise. You could see them coming from a mile away. Like, stick to well-lit places.
Could be, yeah. Probably a well-lit area, so it wouldn't...
All right, let's read on. Let's see. Now, if this were a movie, this would be the part where the characters scream and take off running. But that's not what happened. We just froze. Both of us, silent and still. We didn't even look at each other until she had walked a good distance past us. Then finally we both turned and asked, "Did you see that too?" And we had. Yeah. Ah, man. How would you feel?
I mean, fucking parkour your way out of that shit.
Yeah, parkour like all around her. Like, I don't know. Like, part of me is like sitting here thinking, like, what if she had like a skin condition?
Well, at first she didn't have a face. I was like, was she in an accident? Holy shit! But no,
Right?
like, yeah, it's just a black orb around her face. What is that? It reminded me of a movie. I think it was The Devil's Advocate, where the wife would see like distorted faces and stuff.
Yeah.
They were messing with her, and it was like...
There was actually... We could see if we can find that up and put it in here in post. There was an article that was released where they were... You know how like a lot of people are showing like glitching and like morphing and sharp teeth like on people on television, especially like newscasters, and it was like politicians. and all sorts of stuff. They came out with like a disease. What it was it mimicked They Live, the movie, one of my
Mm.
favorite movies, with one of my
I
favorite
know there was a
quotes.
disease where it would like cause people to see people's faces as like almost demon-like.
That's what
Is
they.
that what you're
But they
thinking of?
yes, but they what they were getting at was that it was like a group hysteria, like
Yeah, something like that. It was.
because all of these people were seeing it at once and seeing it on TV, and there was a lot of stuff coming out with it, like on TikTok and social media, and all these people were like, "Yo, do you see this?" And they were like, "Oh, this is like this is easily explained. This is like a phenomenon." And it's like, really?
Yeah, I know. I've never seen it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, or is it a phenomenon, or is like the veil just breaking? Are people just able to see all the wicked bullshit that's going on? You know, like I don't know. Oh, maybe. I think something's happening. I think human consciousness is shifting, and we're becoming more aware of things like this. And they're like, no, no, you have a disease. No, you have a condition. It's like, no, or that is a fucking baby eating psycho right there on TV, or or you probably can't say it on YouTube.
Adrenochrome slurping
Yeah, yeah,
lizard person.
yeah, or that thing's out of adrenochrome. Look it up. Follow the white rabbit. We never saw that woman again. That year had a few strange things like that happen, but this was the realest. It felt impossible. Like someone like that just shouldn't exist. And what makes it even crazier is that Yoshi and I still talk about it till this day. We're both 33 now. And when I called him recently to ask how he remembers it, his version matched mine exactly. Still, just like it happened yesterday. Yeah.
I would say that would stick with you.
Yeah, man, let's see. Devonte, if you're watching, homie, if you could maybe follow up. I don't know how you are with the pen and pencil or whatever, but if you could draw what you saw, I'd like a visual aid, man. I think that'd be kind of crazy to see. I'm trying to imagine it. Yeah, and was it at night? If you're in the comment section, my friend, will you please go and kind of give us a little bit more description? Because yeah, that's a doozy. It's a doozy. If it happened during the day too, just something would be, I think, in that instance, like more creepy that it happened during the day, because nighttime can play tricks on you for sure.
Yeah.
Cody, I ask you at the end of every story, what's your takeaway?
Hmm. I always just try to, as you're reading it, and I imagine I'm in the situation and what I would do. And really, I don't know.
I mean, it's crazy that there was nothing else like really to it. No
No.
no sound, no, and
Just walked by.
yeah, and you saw her coming for like a while,
Yeah. I
like
mean, you
a
can't get a good look possibly at someone and be like, at what distance do you see that, oh, that thing doesn't have a head face?
yeah, like was there, I guess, some questions in case you're in the comment section, like did you feel like she was looking at you even if she didn't have, you know, like the eyes to do so? Was she menacing? What feel did she give you? I know that it was 2008 and that was, a while back. But in your recount, did you feel threatened? Did you feel like there was a purpose to it? All additional questions that I'm left with. Um, 'Cause
Also, so they'd have been, they're 33 now, 2008. So they'd have been around 16, 17,
yeah,
something
something like
like that. And it's, I don't know, if you go tell somebody that, are they going to believe you, or they just think you're a
that.
kid
Well, we
fucking with
believe
them?
you. We here at the Near Death Diary podcast, we we believe.
I mean, it's a hard thing to do. I wonder if he did tell anybody, did they believe him? What did they say? Parents or guardians or anything like that? Other
Yeah,
friends?
yeah, yeah. Did you grow up in a household of believers? It's another good question. But yeah, man, thank you for writing in, Devonte. I really appreciate that, man. It's a good, quick little story. And I don't know. I don't even know what necessarily the entity would be. But on to the next story. This comes in from a fella named Caleb. And it says, "My night at Pope Lick." Just before we go into that, Cody, what does that give you? Any sort of visuals? Does it give you any sort of thoughts, feelings, or anything of that nature?
Well, I know what this area is famous for, so
This area?
the Pope Lick area.
Oh, I'm just getting weird. Why? Okay. Maybe I should just rephrase that. Why the fuck is it called Pope Lick?
That I don't know.
Can we put some some work into that and get that in the edit?
If Caleb, you're in the comments, can you?
What happened with Caleb? Oh, I thought you were talking about our friend Caleb.
Oh, no.
No. Look, he doesn't live in Pope Lick. Like what? All right. Well, what is this area famous for then?
Goatman.
Oh shit! We're doing a Goatman story.
Doing a Goatman story. I wanted to go here too, so.
Well, I mean, if we get some people doing some pledging on some Patreon, we can get God, we really want a conversion ban. That's what we want. We want to get a nice like conversion ban, man, so we could travel and we can go and we could do these late night excursions with some nice ghost hunting equipment, and then during the day pick flowers and make tinctures. Well,
Stress, and then
just-
at night
Yeah, and then
get scared out of her
Yeah.
wits and
trigger my psoriasis. Yeah, but I never thought of that. Oh God, I'm gonna look like a fucking leper. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get on to my night at Pope Lick. Apparently, the star of the show is going to be the Goatman. At least I think. If he's in Pope Lick, Cody says it's Goatman. All right, Mr. Caleb, let's get into your story. I don't know if you know about the Pope Lick monster. It's not as famous as Bigfoot or Mothman, but around Louisville, it's well known. The stories say it's half goat, half man, a creature that lives under an old train bridge. Some say it hypnotizes people into climbing the tracks. Others claim it mimics voices to lure folks up there. The most common version, that gets you killed by the oncoming train. Damn.
I know there was one not just a couple years. I mean, I'm sure it happens all the time, but I know there's a big one a couple years ago where I think it was some girl died on the tracks. Kind of became a little bit of a public thing because everyone says it's Goatman lures you out there, and people keep dying out there.
Yeah, well, I wonder what the body count is on that bridge.
I don't know. I'd have to look into that.
People brush out the deaths out there as dumb kids looking for a thrill, but after what happened to me and my friend Nate, I'm not sure that's true. Yeah, dude, we're literally like, I can't wait to get this conversion ban.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to go to these places, and then we read these stories, and like, well,
yeah,
maybe it's not the best idea. But then it's like, we got to get some stuff on film.
Dude, I'm already missing a fucking nut. Like, it's hard for me to nut up, it's hard for me to have the balls, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna have to like get nut extensions to go and do these places. But anywho, we were both 19. Nate was always the one pushing us to do dumb stuff, climb water towers, sneak into abandoned factories, stuff like that. I was usually the voice of reason, but that night, something about the legend got under my skin too. We've been watching YouTube videos about Kentucky folklore, and Nate brought up the Pope Lick monster.
Oh yeah, well, I would say if you have a urban legend and you live in that area of an urban legend, you have to check it out, right?
Yeah, and if you live like 6 hours away, you got to go do it too.
We'll get to it.
You ever think the Goatman thing is real? I just laughed it off. If it was, don't you think we'd have more than blurry photos and drunk ghost hunter stories.
That's all that, you got a lot of that, though. Every
But-
one of these things have only got blurry photos, and hard to get actual proof of this stuff because you never know when it's going to happen.
I just think a part of that, the drunk ghost hunter stories. I think that unless like just in your town, there's just like people who are just hammered. But I've never seen like a drunk ghost hunting video, like and unless you just have people in your hometown who like that's what they do and they go out and they get hammered, they do that. I think a part of that might be like adding a little bit of that, like almost trying to disarm it. So it loses validity.
It'd just be like, it's not real. This isn't
right.
real. And
Like
then
what a bunch of
experience it. Yeah, because
a bunch of drunk people. That sounds like almost something like the subconscious does.
I could see that also being a reason as like people saying it was drunk people because like how could you have died on this thing? You had to have been drunk, and then it just become a.
Well, he's talking about the ghost hunters themselves.
Yeah, I know, but I mean the stories wise, but like people just write it off as drunk people on the train tracks.
Yeah.
Dying instead of some entity.
Yeah.
It.
Well, it doesn't matter because he says either way, we decided to go see it for ourselves. High five! Yeah, baby. That Saturday night, we drove out into the woods near the tracks. 2 other friends were supposed to come out too, but once we got close and parked off the other side of the road, they bailed. Oh, of course I'm going to get the fucking hiccups!
We'll be right back.
So Nate and I went alone. The deeper we walked into the woods, the quieter it seemed to get. The bugs stopped chirping. Even the wind felt like it had held its breath. Ooh. That's that sex. That's that. That's that story time. Perfect combination of words. That is the sauce bon.
It's also a precursor in every one of these stories.
Absolutely.
To being like, and then nature did some stuff that wasn't usual. And then really bad things started happening. And so anyone listening and you don't want these things to happen, pay attention to nature.
Yeah, I think we're on episode 4 now. So it's like, I think in almost every episode.
Pretty much.
Well, except for the one that, so we've had 3 spooky episodes so far. And we've had 1 near-death experience. Like, that was mine. But in every story, I do believe there was a part in one of the stories where it talked about the deafening of nature and how, it just disappeared. Like, there is a creepy factor of when everything goes quiet. And I think that anybody who is paying attention to these stories, you now officially know. It has been in every story. You now officially know if nature goes quiet, something's about to happen. You heard it here first, second and third. We got separated for a minute. Wait, how? I'm just gonna ask how. How did this happen, Caleb? Like, but how does this always happen?
I don't know.
I remember one time you and I got pretty separated while we were mushroom hunting.
Yeah, that's easy though.
Yeah, and that was like one of I had gotten so baked.
We haven't really gone on too many
It was when we went up
paranormal things yet though.
No.
So we haven't had a chance because I do have a tendency, I'll tell you right now, I will wander the fuck off and try to get myself into some situation.
Like in a haunted place?
Yes.
Yeah, I've experienced that with you when we did the school.
Yeah.
Like, but that's the thing. See, Cody and I, we've gotten so used to we used to do this school all the time. There was a serious, strange charm about the 3rd floor.
There's always a 3rd floor, and it was always it was like you go up there.
As soon as you walked in, if you cast your gaze all the way down the hallway, it was like it was part of the building. You would watch a shadow person just walk, like. And we were like, there he is. And you think this would freak us out. But like we just kind of got so used to it that it'd be like, oh, there he is, there he is. Oh, check it out. Look, someone wrote some shit on the wall. Someone drew a dick. Like we would like walk over and look at it, and it's like you could tell these ghosts are just like, the fuck? Come on, be scared. I'm really putting it on tonight. But the baby is the creepiest.
Yeah,
Like
definitely gives you
uh
chills.
yeah, we're gonna have to put that in, like, just so people, I think we've talked about it now twice. Maybe we'll be able to put it in post and you guys can hear that right about. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, baby, it's okay. Shit. It's okay. It's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay.
Creepy, right? Back to the story. We got separated for a minute when I stopped to pee and Nate kept going. I ended up catching up to him at the edge of the forest.
So you're not so bad. I know that's what you're not going to stand there and pee together. So
Yeah, but now I'm just wondering, this dude's stream must have been on point. Caleb, you must have been draining that lizard because he got like all the way up and ahead, and you're just sitting there peeing. Like, I mean, like usually I could count, 20 Mississippi is about, and like, unless brother, you must have been at like 200 Mississippi for him to be like all the way up that path. Don't hold it in, like it's bad for you to hold it in.
it's always best though to go to the bathroom before the paranormal, so you don't have a spooky incident and have to deal with that later.
You talking about piss in your pants?
Exactly.
Something pops out and gives you like 1-4. Something.
That's what I'm saying.
Something,
Take care of this before, so you're running on empty.
yeah, but you could have just pissed, and you'll summon enough piss to go down your leg still. You will. You will. That comes from deep.
Trying to help people.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, don't gaslight them. If you pee your pants, you pee your pants. It's not a big deal. No one's judging you. You had a goat man jump out at you and hypnotize you and had you walk into a fucking oncoming train. Of course you're going to pee yourself. The shit that comes out of this. We reached the trestle. It was massive, like something ancient and angry stretched across the trees. Nate dared me to walk out onto the tracks. I told him hell no, but he laughed and he took off ahead of me. I shouted to him, "Stop, dude, stop." Then he was going to get it. Edit. I shouted at him, "Stop, dude, stop. You're going to get yourself killed." He just yelled over his shoulder, "Come on, man. Don't be such a bitch."
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, come
hit
on.
you with that. Now you got to go. I know what happened now.
Aw. Now I gotta. Yeah. Or the goat man already had his friend.
They did split up for a little bit.
Maybe
I don't
maybe
know.
his friend is the goat man at this
The
point.
whole time.
Yeah, his friend. Caleb, no. Yeah, they were like raised in high school and shit together and everything. It's like, and like, why do we never go back to your house? It's like Goatman dad and Goatman mom.
I live behind the petting zoo. And
Okay, all right, back to the story. I hesitated, but then I followed. Halfway across, I started getting this weird vertigo feeling. I moved slow, trying not to look down. Oh, so you've crossed train tracks like bridges, right?
yeah.
You got to walk on the runs.
Oh yeah, because you fall through. You got to pay attention, so you have no choice almost but to look down.
Yeah, yeah. That's spooky. That's tough to do at night, because there was one time, I didn't want to drive home, and I'm only like a half mile from the local pub.
Mm.
And I decided I was going to use the railroad tracks. And when I got to this one part where it was a bridge, like, and especially like I was like, man, I wish I would have known that this was an element to my journey home before I drank 5 or 6 shots. But yeah, it's like just big enough for my big ass foot to even go through. And if you do, it's not like it's gonna like you're gonna probably still catch yourself if one foot goes through, because I don't see you like trying to hopscotch, across
Now
your.
think back to these drunken stories of Pope Lick Monster. Now you would have been the drunk that walks across the train tracks, gets your foot stuck, and gets hit by a train, and then everyone would have been like, "Well, Pope Lick Monster got him."
Or I'm the
Or
drunk.
the drunk.
I'm the drunk paranormal
See, that's how it happens.
investigator.
That's how-
Ah, shit! I see it now. Damn it! Proved me wrong.
It was you all along.
I am insufferable. Oh, damn it, man. Damn it. All right, but yeah. Anyway, those bridges are incredibly hard to cross, and I get why you would have vertigo. That is a risky business at night, and and that might actually add to why there is deaths. You're right.
Yeah, I didn't think about that at night and walking on there and your feet. Because then
Yeah.
if you're out there and a train comes and you got to hurry, you're
Yeah.
panicking or something, and
Yeah,
you trip and fall or hurt your leg or twist your ankle.
yeah, or
Then you got to like either get hit by the train or try to
fall.
fall off the
Yeah,
train,
fall
trip,
off
fall.
the bridge.
Yeah.
This all could be stuff that's like feeding into the death count and the danger and all of that out there. And I find that throughout history, and culturally, you have a lot of like where a lot of these stories start is a lot of elderly and a lot of like parents and stuff. It's in the plant world too. Like parents, they don't want to worry about their children. They don't want their kids to be inquisitive and things that could get them to be hurt, and whatnot. So like I could see them, starting kind of a lure or something around, something like that, and then it blows up and
Done
turns
that.
into something. What?
I've started one already when we were making sap and to get my sisters to not mess with the sap buckets we had out there.
It's not.
They were just milk jugs.
It's not the
but,
Peter Cottontail.
no.
God, that was so bad.
I started their little urban legend of milk jug hands.
Yeah, we have time. Let's hear it.
Basically, just a guy with milk jugs for hands will come and get them, and I don't know what do to them, but just come and get them if they messed with the milk jugs that were out there.
And they believe this like
And
Santa Claus?
They didn't mess with the milk jug. So we got sap.
Dude, if 20 years from now,
It's just a.
20 years from now, if this story blows up and is like cryptid news,
The
it's all
Crooksville
yeah, the
milk jug hands.
the Crooksville jug hands.
That sounds really weird.
We're just quiet.
It's like,
We're
I'll
just-
just do it.
We're like, let's let this build some steam. Let's see if this motherfucker
All them damn
manifests.
kids will leave our sap buckets alone.
It becomes real though, like
Just manifests it. I saw him. I saw the milk jugs.
I saw the shadow over top of me. It had jugs for hands.
I hear the sounds of milk jugs rapping on my window at night.
Yeah, like wind chimes, like
Little-
terrifying, gluggy wind chimes. Glug, glug. Don't touch my scissor.
All the gallon jugs in the fridge were empty the next day.
All right, we got to get back to it. And back to the story. Nate was farther ahead, standing near the middle like a statue. I was about to yell at him whenever he turned around. He smiled, but something was wrong with the smile. Too calm, too wide. It reminds me of the ridges. It was unnatural. It was like, how many muscles are in the human face? Can I get that right there? Right there. That's a lot of muscles. They contort all sorts of ways, but there are some ways that you just know aren't natural. And I was seeing that on my friend Scott's face.
Mm.
It was jerk and twitch, and it looked almost like special effects makeup almost. The amount of muscles contracting in his face had to just be, or at least the way they were done had to be the first time for him. Like, I mean, it didn't look natural on his face at all. But yeah, too wide, he says. Come on, look at this, he called. Ooh. And what would you do if that, say the tables were turned and I was this guy standing out there and my face was jerking into some weird, like contorted like state, and I'm looking at you saying, come check this out. What would your thoughts be, Cody?
Yeah. I'll probably just
me.
"Meh, I'm good here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably.
I mean, I had that moment in the school once where I thought my friend was possessed, and we were all trying to leave, and he wanted to go to the basement, and I was like, "You go ahead, go ahead and go to the basement. I'm going out."
Yeah. Okay, come look at this, he called. I stepped closer, flashlight beam jittering across the tracks. That's when I heard it, a low groaning in the steel. Then the horn.
Get off.
What do you mean, then the horn? Oh, no, a
Train. I wonder. I don't know exactly how long. I know there's a big bridge, and he said he was standing in the middle. So I wonder how long. Also, like somebody like, because that's got to be the thing is like try to walk across it. So at what point? Because I've walked through train tunnels before, and you get to the middle, and then you can, at least in there, you can almost hear the train from I think even further away because it's all condensed.
You ever hear the phenomenon that if you're standing in the middle of the tracks when a train is coming, that you can't hear the sound it's putting off? Well, I was told that because when we were growing up, just down the road in New Lexington, during the summers, I'd stay with my grandma all summer, and like God, I had to have been like 11 to 13 whenever she started letting me walk all the way across town, and the easiest way to get there was via the railroad track. And I was told by not only her but a lot of people not to walk like in the middle of the tracks. And you know, like you think you would hear it, but I was told like fervently, you know, and adamantly, like do not walk in the actual track itself, because if it's coming up behind you and it's honking and stuff, you for some reason have a hard time hearing it. Now I'm not sure if the validity of that could very well be just like my grandpa used to tell me that you weren't allowed to talk like while fishing because it would scare the fish away. Come to find out, grandpa just really liked you know, the peacefulness of fishing and didn't and was willing to lie about it, you know, whatever. Grandpa Carl, you the man, love you. But yeah, who knows if that's just another tale that they tell people to get people to not walk in the center.
I don't know.
If anybody knows anything about that, and you know, if you got the skinny, or if you've heard that, you know, let us know in the comment section. Can we get a measurement of the bridge right there? I'd like to see how long this bad boy is, and maybe a few pictures if you could find them to toss up. But yeah, okay, so then the horn. Far off but getting closer. Nate, I shouted. Train! He didn't move. I sprinted forward. Here we go. He didn't move. I sprinted forward. We gotta go. Still no response. Then, finally, he flinched, like waking up from a dream, and he turned toward me. I think my leg's stuck, he yelled. No fucking way.
Good timing.
Caleb, you gotta be like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. At this point, like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
but kind of like, this motherfucker. like, oh man, I'm no action hero. It's time to be a hero, buddy. Let's get it. That's what I'm thinking is gonna happen. I think he's gonna. I fucking hope he. Like, I don't want to be reading like if he doesn't.
if he doesn't.
Like,
It sounds like what was his friend name? Nate.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like he was under the influence of something.
Well, I think that with the twisted grin.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like.
He's under the influence of some paranormal.
Something possessed him and then put his foot into.
Well, yeah, because he did say, "Come check this out," and his foot. Oh man, just think about it for a minute.
Getting him stuck.
Twisted grin. He comes up. It's like he got his foot stuck in that trance, almost like it was on purpose.
So I mean, he got like possessed, whatever it was, like popped his foot into something,
Or
got stuck.
or whatever possessed him had him pop his foot in, knowing that his friend would have to come, and he's getting a twofer.
Trying to get two. Yeah.
He's getting a 2-for-1 special here. This
Fuck
is
Goatman.
yeah. Fuck you, goat man. Piece of
That's
shit.
evil.
Yeah. What the fuck? Since when are goats so mean? It's only like how Satan is fucking depicted. It's like you know we're talking about the devil, right? It's like, oh no.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
I just thought like like a billy goat meets dude. Why is he so evil? All right, back to the story. The train was getting closer. I could see the light now, slicing through the trees. I dropped to the ground and tried pulling his boot free. It was wedged between two twisted boards, like the track itself had swallowed it. Shit.
It adds a crunch because it's like time's running out. This train's bearing down on you.
And he's seeing it come through. Can you imagine? Whew. He was panicking, shouting, "Don't let me die, man. Please don't let me die." I yanked, I twisted, I screamed. Nothing worked. The horn was deafening now. The train's light was blinding. I looked at him and I said, "I'm sorry." I stood up. He grabbed my wrist. His grip was ice cold. That's when I saw his face again, and everything inside me went still. It wasn't Nate anymore. Not really. The eyes were off. The grin had returned. It was unnatural. Ugh.
It's gotta be.
And ice cold, too.
How do you? That's gotta be something to deal with because you're like, sorry, bro, I gotta leave you.
The vessel is still your friend.
Yeah.
The soul is still.
Yeah.
But this thing's fucking with you. It like it said it was like his foot was swallowed into the wood. Now, do you think that this could be him being paranormally affected and seeing like also what the hip, because they said he had like a hypnotic power to him. You think this dude's in a state of hypnosis?
I don't know.
Could be. We're investigating.
I'd say at least Nate is.
Yeah.
Sounds like it to me.
Yeah.
And he still, I mean, he was obviously, I thought he came out of it when when it said he like snapped to and tried to get his foot stuck.
No.
But apparently with the grin coming back.
That was all part of the plan.
So he's not out of it. And
Yeah. I ripped my arm free and ran. I dove off the side of the trestle and caught the steel support bars beneath. Clung there, chest heaving, while the train screamed past and above me. Holy shit, so... I'm just gonna
finish this story, but that doesn't sound good for Nate.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep reading. I felt the wind and the heat rush over me like a wave. When it was gone, I pulled myself up and scrambled to the bank below, and I looked up. There's no sign of Nate. I ran back to the woods, half delirious, cuts all over me from the fall. When I got back to the road, our friends were standing outside of my car, yelling my name. And Nate. He was standing there too.
What happened?
What a twist. Nate wasn't on the
Was it
walk.
not even Nate?
Was Nate not even on the initial walk? Oh my, oof. Well, let's keep reading. Untouched. He was pale and he was shaking. What the hell happened? He asked. I felt my knees give out. He told me he had stopped to pee in the woods, and when he came back, I was gone. So it happened when?
It wasn't even Nate
So
on the
Nate's-
fucking...
So Nate
train?
didn't have a 200 Mississippi stream. He had a normal stream. He just had a goat man. Like, he was hypnotized.
Yeah, so Nate wasn't even Nate
Caleb
on the
was.
thing.
Right.
Ugh.
He wasn't even
So he was
dealing-
he was seeing... Or whatever. Yeah, he was seeing the shit.
Holy shit. At least I think, right? That's what it sounds like, right, chat? That's what it sounds like.
That's how I'm putting it together.
Let me
So they
reiterate.
both stopped to pee. Okay, yeah, let's finish it and then we'll...
Hold on. So I ran back to the woods, half delirious, cuts all over me from the fall. When I got back to the road, our other friends were standing outside the car yelling my name, and Nate. He was standing there too, untouched, pale, and shaking. What the hell happened? He asked. So Nate's asking. I felt my knees give out. He told me he had stopped to pee in the woods, and when he came back, I was gone. They'd waited for almost an hour. Then they heard the train and thought I was dead. I tried to tell them what had happened, but the words wouldn't come out right. Later that night, I asked Nate again if he'd been on the bridge. He said, I swear to God, he said, I never stepped a foot on it. I stayed on the ground. I didn't believe him until I saw the photos, all those photos. If you have these photos, dude, we would love to have them on here. We're going to contact you. We're going to see if we can't get these photos before this airs. Whew. Until I saw the photos. I had taken a picture on the way up, caught him on the trail, flashlight in hand, minutes before the train came. He never made it to the tracks. So what the hell did I see up there? A week later, I started dreaming about it. The thing wearing his face, standing in the trees watching me and just smiling. In one of those dreams, I look closer and see horns curling back into its skull. Goat horns. I haven't been back to Pope Lick since. And I never will.
Oh, that's a whole bit of shit to go through. Because holy fuck, you thought, like, for a minute I thought, oh, he had to leave his fucking friend and basically watch him die. I mean, it wasn't your fault. But still, you're gonna have to live with that. And then turns out you're running back to your other friends to be like, dude, like, Nate's gone. Like, how do you explain that to anyone? And then you get there and he's there.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what the fuck was that on the news?
Well, you know, I would be getting a little suspicious. I'd be like, so wait a minute. If that wasn't you, where'd you two come from? Like the other friends? I wouldn't be trusting anybody. Anybody in that moment. I'd be like, nah, yo, you little goat man family. You know?
It'd be hard to, yeah, you'd have some trust issues after seeing that and dealing with it.
Yeah, not to mention, man, like the post-traumatic stress that would cause you.
Yeah.
Wrestling with something like that. I mean, you went there to be scared. You went there to test your metal. Your metal got tested. That's for sure. But it's just kind of funny because in that story, you're sitting there thinking his friend got hypnotized and put out in the middle of that train track, and now it's as
Trying
a
to lure
result
him. That's what I thought the
trying
whole
to
time.
kill you too.
Yeah.
And then you find out he ain't even there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caleb, if you got those pictures, man, let us know. Put that right there. I would love to see that. But so, what's your takeaway before my second question?
See, now this is what we were talking about at the beginning, where we want to go to these places, but then we don't know about it after the story, and now it's like, we're not splitting up, God damn it. We will pee together if it comes down to it.
We'll cross swords.
We're not fucking splitting up if we go do this.
I will piss on your leg. I won't even break eye contact. I like, no, you look at me, motherfucker. You look
Don't
at me
you
when you
fucking
pee.
smile either.
You know,
You get
I
one
don't
weird
give a
twitchy
shit.
smile, I'm out.
Yeah, it's a little gay.
We also probably shouldn't walk out like towards the middle of the bridge. Like, I'll go to the bridge. We'll walk out a little bit. We'll walk it out in the middle.
Not letting fear get the best of us. Like, remember, you know, the manifestation, like fear. That's like why it's like so important not to let it get the best of you, because like how much of like human brain power feeds what it is. Like, you know, it's like the expectation of seeing something, you know, like Higgs boson, like the molecule, you know, a lot of people call it the God molecule, otherwise known as the probability molecule. You know, like it's shown that human like consciousness has the ability to alter, you know, probability, you know, and, you know, that's very egregorian, you know, it's focalized energy, you know, and if we both go into that terrified as is when we get there, well, needless to say, we're going to either, you know, bring something forward, or we're just going to like let every little breaking twig and stick, you know, rattle us. You know, but we go out into our backyard and you can hear animals crunching around at night. Like we just had a bear, the other day, like, like running just through the woods over here, that they make big noises, crunching around, breaking stuff, but we hear that at home where we're comfortable. We're like, it's whatever. But we go there with the intention to be scared, then every little bump in the night that we see is a whole different story. It's just a matter of not letting it get the best of you.
It seems like it's still in use.
The train
Train,
itself,
yeah, the bridge.
the train that is famous for the activity is still an active train
Bridge. Still
transportation
there.
highway. Oh,
Yeah. It was built in the 1800s. Rises 90 feet off the ground. Spans a distance of 772 feet.
that's a big ass bridge.
But he explained it in his story like perfectly. It's that. Imagine that at night. That thing.
Well, no wonder so many people get hit.
I mean, if you get to the middle of that, you got no time to. There's not enough time to carefully without stepping in the holes or whatever.
Yeah, and it looks like it gives you literally zero edge room. Like you couldn't even
There's no railing. It looks like it's just a straight train track across all of that. And
Yeah, my clumsy ass can't go across that. I am too top heavy. You can take a few steps, but
it
that's
would
the
also
other.
be a good idea to because you can find the times that trains will be traveling
Right.
down these tracks.
Yeah. But this also kind of brings a little bit of, this makes me question a little bit because, for the people who are like, like, oh, I saw the goat man, like he was like, on the bridge. It's like, well, good thing you had like all the time in the world to just walk away. He's like in the middle of the bridge. He's like still 400 feet from you. You're like, yeah, no. So how are people getting
Well, just like
whacked by
it's
this
your
guy?
friend. It's
Yeah.
me out there being like, dude, my foot's stuck.
Yeah, but you saw that train now. If he was in the middle, and that means he went all across that thing.
Yeah.
Like, or at least halfway. That's doing that for like 350, 370 feet. Damn, Caleb, the fuck, my boy. Whew, yeah, you got hypnotized. What a twist. What an absolute plot twist. And so what was the fall like? You said you jumped off and you were like onto the trestle. Was that did you like slide down? Like how far did you fall? Like let us know if you're watching in the comments, and also drop your social media. We want people to be able to find each other. We want to build a community here. But yeah, what an interesting story. That is some spooky shit. I'd love to see the pictures. Love to. That'd be amazing. But yeah, my takeaway. Fuck you, goat man.
Stay together.
Yeah,
Don't split
shit.
up.
Yeah. Eye contact when peeing. Pee directly on each other. Look at each other. Don't break eye contact.
They had the right idea though. They just were like, well, if we got to do this, we get scared. We'll pee now beforehand. Although they just peed at different times, and that caused a whole bugaboo, and they kind of got split up. So
that's when Goatman decides to hypnotize us, and he just starts making us do all this gay shit. It's like he's like puppeting us. It's like, oh no. Oh yeah, we went up to. How was your guys' Goatman trip?
we don't talk about it.
We don't talk about that.
We talk about Goatman.
My hand, it will never be the same. Yeah, that's when Goatman will strike. Just for us though.
Goatman's just tired of everyone peeing in his woods, and that's what he.
Yeah, he's listening now. He's like, oh,
Goatman, if you're in the comments, could you?
Yeah, right. Oh, so you're going to pee together, huh? Well,
Have I got something for you?
Fuck you, Goatman. Yeah, so that was good. That was good.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm glad that. Yeah, Caleb, Nate, glad you both survived. Glad
Yeah.
nobody got. I was like, well, did we just listen to Nate get dead?
I was gonna struggle to read that.
I know. I was like, oof.
Yeah, Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I don't know what it is I'm going to be reading, so I get to those parts and I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to use my sexy ASMR voice to talk about this right now. I can't do
About a
that.
homicide,
Yeah, I
and then
can't.
he died.
Like fuck, Caleb. Come on, my guy. Well, that was awesome. Everybody, give it up for Caleb. And the first story was from hold on now, Devonte. You guys are the heroes for tonight. Sending in
And
material.
Yoshi.
Yeah, and hopefully Yoshi's good. Y'all are still friends, and hopefully you're keeping up that parkour. But you're 33, and maybe, shit starts getting rickety. If you ain't, I ain't blaming you. I ain't blaming you. But yeah, two more amazing stories for the books. And where do we get these stories? Well, we get them from you guys. That's where we get them. We get them from you guys out there in the audience, the viewers. How do you get us your stories, ranging from near-death experiences that you've had, premonitions of death, and experiences that you've had with those, different cryptids, ghost stories, anything of the paranormal, the spooky, extraterrestrial, extra dimensional, terrestrial. They came from caves in the ground. That's the type of stuff we want to hear, and we get our subject matter from you guys. And what we ask is that you guys tell nice descript stories like these gentlemen did tonight. And you put your umph into it. You bring us there. We wanna be able to tell this story around the internet campfire, and have everybody feel spooky and engaged. And in order to do that, we need really nice descript. Take your time on them. You're in no hurry. As of right now, we're only getting 2 a day.
Something like that.
I'm sure that's going to ramp up, but like we first look at length is what we do. So if you're sending in a shorter story, those will I'm sure will get read, but they'll be kind of supplemented in, probably. What are you laughing at?
We look at length and then girth.
Okay. Yeah, well, you didn't have to add the girth part. It just, you want to add like a throb in there too. which way it leans. Jesus, Goatman, stop it,
Goatman!
stop making us gay, Goatman. Son of a bitch. But yeah, we look at length. So if we see like you have a nice long juicy story, then we look at that first naturally, because that's what's going to fill time. So the smaller stories, they'll get put in there. That's going to be good. Maybe we'll get a Mothman and a vampire and a near-death
A
experience.
mole man.
Maybe a mole man, maybe a frog man, maybe a fog man.
A hog man.
Who knows? Who knows what we're going to get here on the Near Death Diary podcast, because it comes from you guys. You guys are the ones that bring that mystery, that spooky, that just creepy vibe to this channel, and you guys do it so well, and we love you, and we appreciate the ever-living shit out of you for it. So thanks for tuning in again. As always, as we close, we'll remind you that we run a supplement company here called Hellfire Holler. You could check that out. We also have Patreon. You could check that out. All the people who are supporting us on Patreon, their names will be at the end of this video. You guys rock. You are the wind in our sails right now. You are helping us get.
You are the wind beneath our
Take it, Cody.
wings.
Yeah, make it, go, take it. What? Yeah.
You are the fog that haunts our dreams.
Haunts our dreams. Haunts our dreams. Get it.
You are the pea that crosses streams.
Unfortunately, get it. But yeah, you guys really are the ones that are helping us, attain our goals, attain our dreams. We got another $5 pledge today. Man, that stuff goes a long way, with the people who are who are doing that. We're going to show you. We appreciate you guys. Also, there's different tiers. So if you are a fan of our company here, the different tiers that we have allows you to have permanent discount being able to pick up our products and things like that. And if you have questions on wholesale, if you run an apothecary and you want to have our stuff in there, you can contact us too. hellfireholler@gmail.com. We would love to make you up some batches of our products, which get great reviews. We got a whole bunch of them. We've shown that all over our social media as well. A lot of people saying that the stuff's really helping them and their life quality, which is what we want to hear. We make the stuff as cheap as we can because we believe in it, and we believe that everybody should have access to that stuff in a world where typically medicines, are addictive and hard on the body and hard on the mind. So we're trying to provide people some of that herbal love, and if you guys want to pick up on that, if you would like to try it, you can go to hellfireholler.com. And if you are trying to reach the podcast, Hellfire Holler podcast@gmail.com is how you could submit your stories, or you could just reach out to me and Cody with suggestions, questions, anything like that as well. Our Patreon, Deadeye Two Tongues 740, all one word, just like it is on TikTok and other social media platforms. Deadeye Two Tongues is all one word. Deadeye, number 2, tongues. Tongues is kind of crazy to spell. TONGUES. Deadeye Two Tongues 740. That's the area code that I grew up in, and you guys can support us there on the different tiers. There's also TikTok, Instagram, and we have a Facebook. You could check us out on all of those. Post different stuff kind of on everything. So, you follow us and all, you don't miss anything. But we absolutely love you guys. It's been another great episode. Cody, any closing statements?
I don't believe so.
What did you just stare off into the distance at? I got to drive home. No, you did like a... while I was asking you that, and then you snapped at me and looked like you weren't looking at me. And never mind. What time is it right now? Midnight. Yeah. Too late for that shit. Too late for it. Anywho, I'm your host here at the Near Death Diary podcast. My name is Deadeye Two Tongues. Thank you guys for joining us. Thanks for all the support. Thank you for all your kindness. Let us know how you feel about this episode in the comment section. And if you were here and you were in the live chat, thanks for chatting. Thanks for the engagement. We're really getting into it. We really enjoy doing this for you guys. And we hope that at least earns a Ouija board summoning of a like over here on the like button. And we hope that over here you open the sarcophagi and like that subscribe button right there too, because that is going to really help us grow. I think we get to 10,000, we become monetized on this channel. 10,000 followers.
Idea.
So with that being said, hey, if you guys like this stuff and you think other people will, please send it to them. Hey, check these guys out. I think what they're doing is pretty awesome. And maybe some more people will come along and the chats will get more intense, and this whole channel will blossom and turn into something absolutely beautiful. And maybe we won't just be sitting here in the studio each time that we do these episodes. Maybe we'll actually be out with the goatman.
Stay together.
Yeah.
Do not separate.
I'll totally separate. Just to be an asshole. Yeah. I'll just reenact Caleb's story. Like you get dipped to piss and you just hear me like
we just take off. Where's he going?
No, go to the bridge. You're supposed to go to the bridge. My big ass couldn't stealthily run anywhere. I'd sound like a cryptid myself. Now, anyway, I'm your host, Deadeye Two Tongues. With me, as always, is the Fog Man, Mr. Cody.
I hope you enjoyed the fog tonight, everyone.
Yeah, I think they did. That's probably the highlight of the whole damn thing.
I guarantee there's a fog machine enthusiast in the chat right now, just losing it.
Call him what he actually is. A thunder.
No, these are a whole different breed.
Can't just
you don't know nothing about fog machine enthusiasts.
I can't, dude. I can't with you. Yeah. Oh, also, one last thing. If you guys have anything that you would like to have in the background here, if there's something that you think is just absolutely screaming that needs to be on set, you could send it to our PO box. It is Gloucester, Ohio, PO Box 264 45732. Please don't throw a stink bug at me.
I did not. He landed on you.
You flicked him.
I didn't.
I saw you. So
He did it twice. He flew
then-
on you twice. I was
then
like,
you
oh
just-
shit, oh shit.
Then you just Harry Potter. I saw your finger.
Because I was pointing at him and then he
You-
went, whoop, bam, it went right back to the same spot. He was trying to climb on your belly button.
You're a stink bug. Anyway, it's PO Box 264, Gloucester, Ohio 45732. You guys could send us stuff. Maybe we'll be able to put it up back here in the back of our set. And if you just want to send like cool stuff, like you say you got a small business, something like that, and you got some cool herbal products, anything like that, and you'd like to send them on over our way for us to open up on the show, we'd absolutely love to do that for you. We're all about supporting small businesses here and helping people grow in their endeavors, because that's what we're doing, and we know how much it helps whenever people are given like a platform or given a place to show such things. And we would like to do that for you guys, the viewer, because we love you guys. We love the support we get from you guys. You guys really are the wind under our wings. That being said, keep it spooky, keep it wild.